Hi,
Welcome to Friends in Fiction. 5 best-selling authors, endless stories. Friends in Fiction is a Facebook Live program with 5 best-selling novelists whose common love of reading, writing, and independent bookstores bound them together with chats, author interviews, and fascinating insider talk about publishing and writing. These friends discuss the books they've written, the books they're reading now, and the art of storytelling. If you love books and you're curious about the writing world, you're in the right place. Best-selling novelists Mary Kay Andrews, Kristen Harmel, Christy Woodson Harvey, Patty Callahan Henry, and Mary Alice Monroe are 5 longtime friends with more than 80 published books to their credit. At the start of the pandemic, they got together for a virtual happy hour to talk about their books, their favorite bookstores, writing, reading, and publishing in this new uncharted territory. They're still talking, and they've added fascinating discussions with other best-selling novelists. So join them live on their Friends and Fiction Facebook group page every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, or listen and view later at your leisure on their podcast or on their website at www.friendsandfiction.com.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mary Kay Andrews, and tonight I am hosting our very first, much anticipated, and first annual Friends and Fiction Office Christmas Party. So tonight we're all about creating new holiday memories, and of course, somewhere in here, we'll probably get around to talking about books and authors, and maybe even bookstores. So I hope all of you got the memo, and you're wearing your best ugly Christmas sweater, and that you're sipping your favorite holiday cocktail. Because you can bet I am wearing my sweater, and so are the other ladies. So a little intro, I'm Mary Kay Andrews. Tonight, this creation I'm wearing was supposed to be a very expensive sweater I ordered from an online place called Tipsy Elves. It didn't get here on time, so instead I'm wearing my dog's Christmas sweater. So that's what 2020 is about for me. And my forthcoming May 4th release is The Newcomer. Now, Sean, will you bring in the next of our Christmas elves?
Hi, it's Mary Alice. Merry Christmas, everybody. I am wearing my Get Lit, which has a double entendre, which I really, really love. And I'm going to show you why I really love it. That's the kind of lit I'm talking about. Merry Christmas, everybody. Here's a toast, and we'll talk drinks later. Cheers.
Oh, there's
Hi. Hi there. I'm Kristen Harmel. I'm the author of the forthcoming Forest of Vanishing Stars. And I am wearing a sweater that has Santa Claus riding a pterodactyl, which is about as ridiculous as I could come up with, as ridiculous as 2020. So, and I also have my little light up hat. And I will tell you, I had to accessorize with these bulbs because sometime between the time this sweater arrived and the time I put it on, the light stopped working. So it's supposed to work like Mary Alice's, but sadly, the sweater 2022.
Oh,
I'm muted. And I think my fuse with my light just blew. So sorry that I'm a little dark. Unfortunately, you can see my sparkles. I am the author of the forthcoming Under the Southern Sky. And I have to show you my hat. It's itching, honestly. So, but it's pretty great. It's sequin and it's very, very tall, very Frenchish.
Oh, wow.
I was upset that y'all might not be able to see my Christmas socks. So they are actually a part of my attractive sweater here, along with this badge that says the uglier the sweater, the merrier the Christmas, which is so true. But really the best part of my costume that I wanted to show all of you is my fingernails. So I hope you can see them. I've got Rudolph on my pinky right here and a glittery index finger and candy cane tips. So
Wonderful.
Pretty exciting.
I love it.
Hi, I am Patty Callahan, and I am so covered in tinsel that I just want to start ripping it off. Like, because you said 2020, I thought it would have this like cute tinsel, and It's got Christmas balls in it.
I love it.
It is so obnoxious, and I can tell you 100% I will never wear it again. But I am Patty Callahan, and my forthcoming novel, I don't even know what it is. It's Christmas. My forthcoming novel is Surviving Savannah, and it comes out on March 9th on 2021, when hopefully we will be in a new and better place.
Okay, now we're going to bring in our staff because it is the office Christmas party. Meg, Sean, will you bring in
staff?
Meg is our managing director. We had to search for a title for her. She's our Jersey girl and our managing director. And what is that hat exactly?
Oh, it's got
Dreaded elf.
Yeah, this is actually my favorite Christmas hat. This one's the
Can we tell everyone that we were with you when you bought it?
We were present when that hat was purchased.
Sweet and Tybee.
Yeah,
It's fabulous. It's
Right
really
off
fabulous.
Fat Sisters.
Okay, now we're going to bring in our birthday boy.
Woo!
Hey guys.
Sean, you have to show everybody your full-on sweater.
Okay. My 3-year-old helped pick out the sweater for me. It's great. I love it.
Is that a Christmas village at the bottom, like a whole Christmas village?
You know, I haven't even analyzed it. This is the first time I've worn it. So, yes.
Ho, ho, ho.
Really? I can't believe you've saved it.
That is awesome.
You guys,
It really is.
Sean is we call him the cabana boy, but actually, what actually is
He's our savior.
Producer.
he's our producer. He's the man that pulls all the switches and makes us look like we know what we're doing when we absolutely don't.
Yes. And my next book is coming out in 5 seconds. It's the lower thirds. That'll be funny jokes on the bottom.
Sean, it should be everything you hear before the show.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
We should
I
do
can
a
blackmail you.
non-disclosure.
Greenery.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's everybody drinking tonight?
Oh, lots. All right, I'll start. This I'm so excited about. This is called a smoking bishop. And this is the drink. I never heard of this. I mean, other than in Christmas Carol, this is the drink that Scrooge offered Cratchit at the very end of A Christmas Carol when he would reformed. And it's really strong and it's so good. It's got port wine in it, like a bottle of Portuguese red wine. It's made with Seville oranges and a little sugar and a few cloves. And you cook it until it's really warm. And oh, I promise you, it's so good. And we'll post the recipe. But this, if you want to do Dickens all the way, this is the drink. Smoking Bishop.
That's
Okay.
awesome.
Is anybody here team eggnog?
I'm team
Oh, I
eggnog.
love it. I
Yeah.
love
Yeah,
eggnog.
I like eggnog a lot. Sure.
Yeah. Tonight I am drinking a creation that I got out of the Atlanta paper years ago. It's called a Red Rooster, and you make a slushy out of frozen cranberry juice, frozen lemonade, frozen orange juice, vodka. You freeze that until it's slush, and then you pour it in your glass, a pretty glass like this, hopefully. And then you top it off with some ginger ale.
Nice.
What else? What other cocktails do you ladies like? I know.
Well, you guys, I created something for Friends
Oh,
in
that's
Fiction. See, it's our signature cocktail, created by lots of me drinking things I shouldn't be in midday.
Kristen, it's 2020. It doesn't matter.
It's true.
Nothing counts.
You guys, it's called the Fab Five, and it's a 5-ingredient cocktail in our signature Friends in Fiction blue. So we will share the recipe on the Facebook page, but the Fab Five.
You know, we might want to put a potency, like how many glasses strong it is. Because I just took one sip. I can't even talk of the Smoking Bishop, and I'm about, ooh.
Well, I
We'll
hope
just-
everybody, I hope
Go ahead,
everybody
sorry.
find the disclaimer that I sent out. That you wouldn't drink and sleep at the office Christmas party. That's one good thing. Nobody's going anywhere, so we can drink as much as we want.
That's
Right?
That is true.
So true. Oh my goodness.
Right.
Can I show y'all my Bloody Marys here?
Yes.
So one of my friends makes these every year. And let me say, one of my very best friends, and she will not give me the recipe. It is her secret
Oh,
family
wow.
Bloody Mary recipe. Her mom makes them. Her grandmother makes them. I mean, booze passed down through the generations. You cannot beat it. But they are so good. So she always makes me like a ton of bottles for Christmas so that I can, have them all through the years. And she won't tell me what's in them, which is so rude.
Oh,
That's
makes them
awesome.
special.
That is rude. Meg, what's your favorite Christmas cocktail?
I'm just going to go with red wine and my feeling extremely jolly wine glass.
Yeah,
I
Meg's
love it.
birthday- Meg's birthday is Christmas.
Yes,
No, Meg, really? Not the 25th.
Christmas Day. Yeah.
And they didn't call you Holly or Noel or Mary?
Carol. No, none of
And her
that.
husband is a Halloween baby, right?
That's true. Yeah.
exciting.
That would make Meg. That would make a really cute, meet cute book. Like a love romance. That would.
The holiday family.
Yeah.
The baby's born on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
We got you guys. We hope that you have all been posting pictures of your holiday finery. We love seeing it. And this past year's been a tough one for a lot of us. So the 5 of us decided that we would lighten things up tonight and we'd talk about the bests and worsts of the holiday season. Now, I don't know about you all, but I have been binging on all my Christmas favorites. Have you guys already watched your favorite Christmas movie?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm saving mine.
Saving it. I'm saving it.
Mine is, you guys want to share what yours is?
Yeah.
What your favorite Christmas movie is? Okay, mine is, and forevermore will be, White Christmas.
Oh,
And Sean is going to,
that's a good one.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas.
Sean was going to bring up the movie
It's
poster.
really sad that Sean work at the party. That is just bad.
I know we're so rude, making him work at his
form.
own office
Bad
party.
form, Kathy.
There it is.
I loved that scene when they opened up the
Yeah.
barn doors.
Yeah. So years ago, when I wrote my first Christmas novel, Midnight Clear, I had a seamstress recreate Rosemary Clooney's Mrs. Santa dress from the movie, red satin with fur trim.
Oh, wow.
And I had postcards made to send out telling people that the book was coming out. This was way back in the day. And
That's cool.
because it's still my favorite movie, I can sing all the lyrics to Sisters. Sisters, sisters. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Okay, girl, tell me what your favorite Christmas movie is. And Sean, are you a diehard Christmas movie fan?
He left us.
So I'm back now. You said Die Hard. I'd come back. It's like Beetlejuice. I'm just saying. Yeah.
Die Hard. Nothing says Christmas like Die Hard.
Yeah, we used to come home from Christmas midnight mass, and my son and husband would sit there and watch Die Hard.
No, Christmas Vacation. Christmas Vacation is way better. Yeah.
Patty, what's your favorite Christmas movie?
Well, I have to say my favorite Christmas movie is because it's a family favorite, and that's Elf. And my kids have always had the little elves. There it is. And they can say every line in the movie about cotton-headed ninny muffins, and they still ask to watch it every year. Yeah. And but I do have to tell you that last night the Die Hard subject came up, and Pat said, "I'm in the mood for a Christmas movie," and he said Die Hard. I said, "That's not a Christmas movie." And I was outvoted 3-1 because both my sons said it's a Christmas movie. And I was like, I'll watch Elf, but I mean, I love Die Hard, but I love Die Hard. And the other Christmas movie I love so much is Love Actually.
Yes.
Yes. Such a good one.
Yeah, I should have put that as my favorite.
In fact, I think I've watched it 20 times, and there has never been a single time I haven't cried at the end.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yep. I love it
so
too.
much.
Yep.
I'm still mad at what's his name for the bracelet?
Oh, I know.
Yes,
Yeah,
oh, apparently
I
was
know,
she
but
at the
that's
end of
so
the movie.
sad.
She was still not so happy. Let's go home.
And he died a couple years ago.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
did. Isn't that sad?
I
He
love
was-
his
Yeah.
With
voice.
Alan Rickman.
Yeah,
He
Alan
was-
Rickman. I love his
What a
voice.
voice.
That one and
You
the
know-
holiday. I just
And
have to
actually,
watch
he's
it.
actually in Die Hard too. So
That's true.
Oh, there you go.
The
But
thread
what
that runs
was
between.
Snopes or Snipes or whatever in Harry Potter?
Harry
He
Potter.
was. He
Yes,
was.
that's what it was.
hey,
I
Yeah.
didn't know that he died. I'm a little sad now.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
but
Isn't
you
that
know what?
sad?
It's not fair, but the wonderful author Neil Gaiman, the ocean at the end of the line, he sometimes reads his books. He sounds exactly like Alan Rickman.
Oh, wow.
So not only does he write wonderfully, but he sounds like Alan
Wow.
Rickman. That's just
Wow.
not fair.
hey,
Yeah,
Chris,
but he left behind. Don't be sad. He left behind some great work and one of my favorite Christmas movies. Okay.
He did. He did.
Kristen, what's your favorite Christmas movie?
Mine is this. It's a movie called The Night They Saved Christmas. It was a made-for-TV movie from 1984 starring Art Carney.
Look at the poster.
Isn't that amazing? Jacqueline Smith and Art Carney. I I can't even explain it. It came out when I was 5.
It's so
And I think it might have just been like the right age.
The one,
for
right? Santa.
For it to imprint. My gosh, you guys, that is Santa though. Like,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
the plot of the movie is Jacqueline Smith's kids have to save Christmas and like save North Pole City because their dad is dynamiting near North Pole City and he doesn't
I
believe
remember.
he doesn't believe that Santa is there. So yes, it is a fabulous movie and I wasn't sure if it would stand up, but Noah, my 4.5-year-old, loves it too. So we have another generation now of weird people in my family visualizing Santa that particular way.
That's so cute.
I am dying at that movie poster.
It's a
But
great movie.
I remember the movie really well. It was
Christy, how about you?
I just have to tell y'all, you know how I always have like a little excitement going on
Yeah.
in the background? So tonight I was trying to plug my computer in. I had my light on. The tree and the 10,000 lights were plugged in and the fuse blew.
Of course.
Of course, yeah.
Called little Will. My husband's not home yet. And I'm like, Will, you're going to have to figure something out because I can't move and I can't plug my computer into any other outlet. So he just went and got the extension cord off of the golf cart.
Oh my gosh.
And then plugged it in so that I have power.
What
Okay, so
Where's
here we are.
I'm sweating in this sweater so bad.
Okay, so my favorite movie is the original Grinch.
Uh-huh.
I love it so much.
Aw.
It's my favorite. It's like the right length, it's not super long. The remake last year was really cute, too. Really cute, but this is just my
I
forever
don't like
favorite.
Jim Carrey. I just don't like Jim Carrey in a green. That icks me out.
That one creeps me out. That's not my favorite
I
one.
don't like that one.
Yeah. I really like the one with Boris Karloff as the voice of the Grinch.
Yeah.
I just
Oh,
heard that it's not Boris Karloff singing the song, though.
Oh.
I heard on some Christmas radio thing that's like, that's not Boris Karloff singing the song. It's somebody else.
I did not know that. I did not know that.
Okay,
Sure
Mary,
sounded like them.
what's your word?
Oh, and a little different than the Grinch. I love It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
It's
a great
just such a great movie. And the reason, there's so many, I prefer, and I watch them all. Almost every night, I just get under the covers and I have the TV in my bedroom and I love to watch. It's the way I come down at Christmas. But I love the old movies. I really do. And the reason I love some of my favorites are the ones that have not so sweet stories, but the ones where the family really goes through
Yeah.
a hard time. Like, y'all see The Family Stone?
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's a great one.
I love to cry because then at the end you're like, oh, life. Especially this year,
Yeah.
we do get
Yeah.
through tough times. And what I love about It's a Wonderful Life is it's not an easy story. You have a guy who's standing on a bridge about ready to jump.
Yeah.
Think about how desperate that was.
Yeah.
And then, of course, he sees how his life changed everyone's life and he made a difference. And when he's at the very end and he's running down the street right? Mary, he wants to get home. Once he figures it out, he wants to be home so fast that I'm crying at this point. And then they're all again, the whole town's there and the family comes. It's just all about giving. And of course, when Clarence comes in the bell, ding, 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 ding. I mean, you can't help but
An
cry.
angel gets his wings.
An
You know
angel
what?
gets
It's very
his
hard to
wings.
take you very seriously right now, Christy. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Mary
So
Alice is telling this beautiful story.
And there's the way. But seriously, don't you sometimes love to have your heart twisted just a little bit?
Yeah.
With the Christmas
For
movies?
sure.
Yeah. So it's
There's
and
a little-
besides, it's Jimmy Stewart. How can you not love a movie with
No.
Jimmy Stewart?
It's definitely a watch every year for me too, for
Yeah.
sure.
And the other ones, there's one that's not really a Christmas movie, but it's Judy Garland singing
Meet
her
me in
Christmas-
St. Louis.
Yes. That's a must watch every
Oh
time.
God, when she sings "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas," and you know that the lyrics of that song, it's "Have yourself a merry little Christmas." Do, 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 do. So there's this lyric in it that says we might not be here next year.
Oh.
Yeah, because it's sort of a downer song, actually.
Yeah.
Ah,
Wow.
then well, no wonder she went out and smashed all those snowmen afterwards. Do you remember? That's what she did, the little girl. It's such a great movie. But I think the old movies touch some kind of a schmaltzy factor
Yeah.
that the new ones don't.
Okay, let's talk since we're segueing.
Yes,
There
yes.
I am in my
The
rosemary.
stars,
Oh my gosh.
the stars.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah, it's a good thing I didn't try to put it on this year because with those COVID 30 or whatever they are, I probably couldn't stop it. So, speaking of music and musicals, do any of you all have a favorite Christmas album or a song that just immediately puts you right into the Christy mood? I mean, into the holiday mood. Now,
In a Christy mood.
I gotta slow down on the drinking.
In the Christy mood.
All right, Christy, you start. This Christy eyeglasses over there.
Oh, I'll start. Okay. Well, there's some that like are just classics. I mean, Mariah Carey singing "All I Want for Christmas Is You."
Yeah.
I feel like it's just like epic. James Taylor singing "Go Tell It on a Mountain" is
Yeah.
magic. But for something like a little off the wall, Train has this Christmas album, and they like wrote Christmas songs, and they are so good. It's like become one of my favorite. Yes, Christmas in Tahoe.
Oh my God.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And I like to listen to
Nice cover.
nothing but Christmas music for like
Yeah.
weeks on end. And it's
Yeah.
a little different than every other Christmas album.
Yeah.
May I ask who's Train?
It's a band.
I know, but is it popular? Am I just old and don't know who it is?
Yeah. What are some of their like hit songs? Now I can't remember. Maybe I'm.
I've been to Train concerts and I can't actually
I
name
know, I can't think.
it.
I'll get back to you.
Hey
We'll
Jupiter.
try.
Hey Jupiter. Yes.
On your
thank you. Thank you,
recommendation,
Sean.
I'm gonna ask the oracle called Google and find out the
Sean
answer.
says, "Hey Jupiter" is a good one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, Patty, you've got one.
Yeah, I have always loved Amy Grant's Christmas album called
Oh,
Tennessee
yeah.
Christmas. Y'all, it is just like that's the updated version Sean's showing right now, but it came out probably 20 or 30 years ago, and every song on it, but the song Tender Tennessee Christmas, but the song that makes me say Christmas is here is when she sings the duet with her husband, Vince Gill, and they sing that song, A Grown-Up Christmas Wish List. And with
Yes.
all the things we
That's a
want
nice-
as
yeah.
grown-ups.
Mhm.
And it's just, it never fails to make my eyes fill with tears and say, okay, it's
Yeah.
the Christmas season. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Kristen, did I already ask you?
Nope, but I'm happy to go. So my actual answer is Silver Bells. Whatever version, the Bing Crosby version, the Elvis version, the Michael Bublé, whatever, but especially the Bing Crosby version. It's just I don't know, it's just a magical song to me. But I also have to say, since I've now outed myself as a complete dork for liking this 1984 movie so much.
I love you for it. I absolutely
you.
love you for it.
can you still love me after this? I rediscovered a year or so ago an album I loved when I was 10 because I was obsessed with the New Kids on the Block. But do you guys know that the New Kids on the Block had a Christmas album in 1989?
I mean, I have to go buy this immediately.
Oh my God.
I have to just get really close to the screen to look at that cover because I can't.
The hairy legs. It's great.
You guys can't unsee it now. I'm sorry, but
I can't unsee that.
there is a song from that album called Funky Funky Christmas, and I put it on about a year ago thinking that Noah would crack up because it has some funny lines in it, and I knew every single word. 30 years after I last listened to it, I still knew every single word. So yes, Funky Funky Christmas will always hold a special place in my heart.
But don't you think, like, gosh,
Oh my gosh.
space
You guys
that's
are making
stuck
my
in
eyes water.
brain that could be used for something like really brilliant? Because I'll hear things too, and I'm like, how? Like, I was listening to like some really old Whitney Houston album that my mom used to like play as a cassette in the car, and I was like, I know all these songs still.
Yeah.
Every word. But I can't remember to pick up the dry cleaning.
Right.
I know exactly.
What I did an hour ago.
Yeah.
Mary Alice, tell us about your favorite Christmas.
Yeah, well, actually, that's a perfect segue because, you know, at Christmas time, I love new songs. Like I think Bruce Springsteen's super cool. I laugh. Marcus always, that's my favorite song. You know, the Santa Claus is coming to town. Yep, Santa Claus is coming. But I'll tell you, the ones that make the albums, I don't buy Christmas albums anymore. I just download and things. But the ones that I do have the CDs of still are the ones I grew up with.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love, do you remember, I'm dating myself, but Andy Williams.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he owned Christmas back in the day, his voice.
Christmas sweaters.
And, Andy Williams. And then there was, of course, Bing Crosby songs. You know, we had Nat King Cole. We used to, you know, Harry Belafonte has a great Christmas album. Perry Como, yes. And when I
have
hear
a Perry Como holiday station on my Pandora.
Oh, that's
really,
Yeah.
I mean,
it's all those people you just said, Mary Alice. It's amazing.
And those are the ones my mom and dad listened to when we were growing up. So when I hear them, I'm like back to that place. Mm-hmm. And so I was trying to think which is the one that I really tear up the most over. And it really is I'll Be Home for Christmas.
Yeah.
The one and it's the one sung by Frank Sinatra is the best.
So good.
And I'll be home. And I was thinking that this year, sort of like what we were talking about before, this is a year that, you know, a lot of us are not going to go home. So I think a lot of us will be teary-eyed. But there's a beauty to it, you know, that I just love.
There is.
Well, I have to admit that my favorite album is from the 60s, and it is Phil Spector's, I think it's called Phil Spector's Merry Christmas to You, but it's all 60s wall of sound songs. And my all-time favorite is Darlene Love singing Christmas Baby. There she is.
There it is.
Singing Christmas Baby, please come home. She used to sing it every year on David Letterman's last show of the Christmas season. They would make this huge production, and you know they would have stars come on playing the saxophone, and it was just so much fun. So, Christmas Baby, Please Come Home is my Oh, Sean loved that. Okay, Sean. Now you're a composer and a musician.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite Christmas song?
Oh man, I am such a sucker for Christmas stuff. I was just introducing my wife and 3-year-old to, of course, like the albums we listened to as kids. Mine was A Very Special Christmas 2.
Oh,
I don't know. There's a Tom Petty Christmas song on there. There's a Boyz II Men song on there. It's good. It's not as good as New Kids on the Block, but it's good.
I mean, what could be? What could be,
right.
Really?
Have you ever written a Christmas song?
I covered a Christmas song a few times. I haven't written an original, no. A lot of Halloween. I've done a whole album of Halloween songs. So.
Oh, that's Halloween.
You did not need that, Sean.
Yeah, we want to play
we
those.
just keep peeling back the layers with you.
This is very This is like a Christmas present finding that out.
I know.
You got to write a Christmas song for next year's Christmas party.
Bingo.
Okay.
Christmas party.
Done.
Okay. All
You're
right.
commissioned.
Okay.
It's Meg. Is Meg here? Meg.
Meg, what's your favorite Christmas album?
Well, I guess I have two. I think for as far as rock and roll and kind of funny, it would be Father Christmas by the Kinks.
Yeah.
And I'm not a huge country music fan, but I do have a huge soft spot for Willie Nelson's Pretty Paper.
Oh my God, the saddest Christmas song ever.
Well, that whole album is just so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one year my mom and I were listening to it while we were putting up the tree, and we were mad because my brother and stepfather weren't helping us. And so we were like, we can do this ourselves. And we went, got the tree, dragged it home, put it up, and the whole thing fell, and it broke. We didn't want them to have the satisfaction of knowing. So we dragged it out, went back to the place, got another tree, came home, and the whole time that soundtrack is in my head. So
That's awesome.
hilarious.
That's hilarious. Love it.
Okay. All of a
Gosh.
sudden, the television just came on in my house. That's bizarre.
The ghost of Christmas past is visiting you.
Honestly, I don't know how that happened. My grandkids were in here watching some stupid cartoon. Okay, now your least favorite Christmas song. I'm going to start because I think this is the worst. It's called Christmas Carol. It's called Christmas Carol. It's about a little 4-year-old girl, orphan girl. There it is. No, that's not it. This is a country music song. And it's about a man that sees a little girl and she doesn't have a mommy or a daddy. And that's all she wants for Christmas. It's a total sob fest.
Aw.
That's my least favorite. Mary Alice, what about yours?
Oh, I got to tell you, it's not that the song's so bad. It's have a holly jolly
Turn off the television.
Stop,
And
that's like an
I have this
earworm.
voice. It never gets out of my head because he has that voice, and it's just every time you turn around, have a holly jolly.
That's called an earworm. You get that song and
Yep.
you
Yep.
can't get it out.
Oh.
And you wake up and you're singing it and you're like, are you kidding me?
I know. That's
Little
what's
Will told me that he read an article that chewing gum helps get the songs out of your head.
Really? That's
What?
interesting.
That's interesting.
That's science.
Thank you, Little
guys.
Will.
Science. Yeah.
Science. That's true.
Well, my least favorite is that song about the Christmas shoes.
Same.
Oh yeah.
It's
Mm.
just like
It should be illegal. That song should be illegal.
it's just terrible. I mean, I can't even think about it. It's so sad.
I forgot about it.
Oh, it's awful. It's awful.
You guys, though, Grandma got run over by a reindeer.
Oh, but
Is
I love
anything
it.
Really? Oh no, no.
That's a bad
We always start singing. Grandma got ran over.
That's a real kind of
As for me and Grandpa, we believe.
Hilarious.
Guys, I have to jump on. I'm so sorry to do this, but the internet has voted the worst Christmas song is the Paul
Oh.
McCartney one.
Oh,
For real. There's
that's
many articles
that?
written about how that is the worst song.
Which
How
one?
does it go? How does it go? I don't know.
Oh gosh.
This Christmas.
Simply having wonderful
Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I vote.
I kind of like that one.
I hate
Yeah,
that
it's
song.
catchy. It's
Yeah,
catchy.
Not as bad as Holly Jolly.
No, the internet doesn't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, the internet.
I
is
have, I
How
must
could Paul McCartney have the worst of anything?
Of
Yeah,
anything. No,
let's
absolutely.
That doesn't even make sense.
No.
Okay, let's concentrate on
That
the
is annoying.
positive.
Okay.
Let love come out. How about, since we're friends in fiction,
Yeah.
let's talk about our favorite Christmas books. Do you all have a favorite? Or you care to share?
You gonna sign us?
I think, it sounds dorky, but I'm like Kristen, so we're in the Dork Fest family. But I just really love The Night Before Christmas. And I
Me too.
think I love it the most because when my kids were little, oh my gosh, and that's the exact book I have.
I have that one too.
Oh, and when they were little, they would just sit on my lap and I would read it. I have a picture of Rusk and I'm reading it to him right before he went to bed on Christmas Eve. And it was just this kind of transition from, go to Christmas Eve service, you have the big meal, you put everything out, and then you read that book, and then it's bed and you're waiting for Santa to come.
It's the
And
best.
you just don't get those days back. So
Patty, who was on Saturday Night Live? Because it's always, that's the story that grandfathers always read to their children. But
Yeah.
Saturday Night Live did it, and it's the actor. Did you see it?
I didn't.
Oh, now I got to
I'll
see
stop
that.
then.
Now I gotta Google
Oh
that
my
one.
gosh, it's the famous actor, and I had something to drink. I blame it on the smoking bishop blew it out of my brain.
The smoke is smoking your brain. I don't know. I'll look it up.
That's a good one, Patty.
I think we have a guess about what yours is.
Yeah.
Your favorite Christmas book.
Here's your clue right here.
Right.
It's a Christmas Carol. I think it was even more emphasized. Yeah, it's to me the classic. And this was published in 1853, and most people don't realize after this book was published, he really popularized a lot of the ideas that we have about Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
The giving, the Christmas chair, having a drink. All this is part of his creative mind, which is so great. I don't think there's any character more fabulous than Scrooge. I mean, who thought of, he's a genius to come up with this guy. And also, if you think of all his first lines, the best of times, the worst of times, he was really good at first lines. And this is the first line of Christmas Carol. Marley is dead. Boom. That's it. I mean, that gets you sucked right in. So Christmas Carol is, the best.
Well, that's a great hook. Kristen, how about you?
I'm gonna copy Patty. It's the same one, the night before Christmas, and I have childhood memories of it, and we're building new childhood memories with Noah now. And in fact, he even has, we got him this year, a little bear that reads the book for him.
Wow.
So it's a bear that has like a little book open in front of him, and he reads the night before Christmas.
Will you send me the link to that?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
I have
really
to have
cute.
it.
Okay.
Not for my grandchildren, for me.
That's awesome.
I want them to read it to me.
Awesome.
Just noticing how good I look.
All of us just look our
shoulders.
absolute.
My shoulders are like way up here.
Welcome to the era of padded shoulders.
And I'm having water. Like, I feel like I sound like I've been drinking, and I have not. I'm just really having a good time at our party.
Well, Christy, how about
We are desperate for a party. Obviously.
We just need something fun.
Yeah.
Christmas, you
Everyone
can
needs
do what
some
you want.
I'm going to say the Grinch again. I mean, I just think it's so great. I mean, and I echo all the other ones too. I mean, they're amazing. I just was going to say something that somebody else hadn't said. But I just love it. I just think it's amazing and wonderful. And I love to read it every year.
Yeah.
Well, mine is, you'll never believe, Truman Capote, who wrote In Cold Blood and Breakfast and Tiffany's, also wrote a book, a short story actually. It's called A Christmas Memory. And it's a Depression era short story originally published in Mademoiselle magazine in December of 1956. It's about a young Southern boy, modeled, of course, on young Truman Capote, who is helping a beloved elderly distant cousin, Sook, gather the makings for fruitcake. So it's in Alabama. The character, the little boy in To Kill a Mockingbird, was roughly based on Truman Capote, whose aunt, Truman Capote would get dumped at his aunt's house when his mother went off doing whatever she was doing. So the little boy in To Kill a Mockingbird is based on a young Truman Capote. And this is a semi-autobiographical story, which I absolutely love. Okay, now we cannot leave you without talking about food.
Oh, wait. But first we have to mention, I believe some of us have Christmas books.
I believe. And those were 3 of my absolute favorites.
Oh,
Exactly.
It bears mentioning. Yeah.
Yes. Would any of the 3 of you like to talk about your Christmas books?
You'll have to call us off again, too.
You go ahead, Mary Alice. You have it right there.
I grabbed it. My one and only. This is a Low Country Christmas, and I wrote it a couple of years ago. And I had this in my heart for a long time, and it actually came out very quickly when I wrote it. And it's the story of a Marine who comes home at Christmas time, and he has PTSD. And it's really how the shrimping family is down on its luck, and this little boy wants a dog for Christmas. And it's sort of modeled after It's a Wonderful Life, where it's a tough story. The Marine is going through tough times, and you know how mothers are supposed to make it feel like, I can make Christmas happy. I don't care what the dad. It's always, if you have a bad Christmas, it's mom's fault somehow, isn't it? It's
Always.
always the mom. So mom's like, our Christmas present is Taylor coming home, and the 10-year-old boy's like, it's not what I want for Christmas. I want a dog. So in the story, this PTSD Marine gets his service dog. And that's like the angel in It's a Wonderful Life. It changes his life. But who's not happy? The little boy. He got a dog too. So it's uplifting at the end. And I really I love the story. Oh, and there we all are. And I hope y'all do too. Next.
Patty, tell us about The Perfect Love Song.
The Perfect Love Song was a shoot off of my novel, and then When Light Breaks. Once again, I'm drinking water too. Blah. When Light Breaks. It was the shoot off of When Light Breaks. And I loved this book because I didn't set out necessarily to write a Christmas novella, which is what ended up happening. But I wanted to know what happened to the sister, the best friend, and the brother. I wanted to know. I left them dangling in When Light Breaks. And so I have their story in The Perfect Love Song. And it incorporates all my favorite things. Music, they're in a country music band. Ireland, mythology, the myth of the Claddagh Ring. And I weave them all together, and I take you to Ireland. And I loved writing it. And every time I think about that little story, I kind of grin. I love that book. How about you, Mary Kay?
Well, I wrote Blue Christmas 15 years ago. I can't believe it. I had to look up the copyright date. And I wrote it because my daughter was engaged and getting married. And I thought, I got to find a way to pay for this big wedding this kid. So
Merry Christmas.
My agent called me up and said, I talked to your editor and we have an idea. We want you to write a Christmas book. And I said, okay. And he said, but you only have this much time to write it. And so I took myself down to, it's set in Savannah, and nobody told me you can't have a Christmas book set in Savannah because it doesn't snow. And I actually looked it up, and there have been some snowflakes on Christmas in Savannah in the past. So anyway, Blue Christmas, it's got Elvis, because that's another one of my favorite Christmas album, Blue Christmas. It's got Elvis, it's got a bag lady, it's loosely reminiscent of a favorite Betty Davis Christmas movie that's called, I forget what it's called, but there's got a character in it called Apple Annie, and she plays in a
Pocket Full of Miracles.
Pocket Full of Miracles. Glenn Ford.
Another good movie.
Yeah, Glenn Ford and Betty Davis. You guys are running short. Wow. We have to hurry up. Okay. We have to talk about our favorite Christmas recipe. Patty?
So you think it would be something very traditional, like, stuffing or oyster casserole, but I got to tell you, I make these huge breakfast casseroles on Christmas Day. And I tried not to make it one year, just like it was a busy year. And you were just talking about kids and traditions and them noticing and blaming the mom. If you leave off one thing that you do every year, do they notice the garland and the tree you put up and the things you cut? No, they notice the one thing you didn't do, just like you do every year. That's and for us, it's this just huge, gooey breakfast casserole I make with sausage and bread and eggs and enough cheese to drown in. And we get up and we get our coffee. Nobody's allowed to touch anything till they get their breakfast casserole. And then we sit down and open all the stockings. So
Okay, we got to hurry up. Okay, lightning round. Just one sentence of the recipe.
oh, come on.
It says Christmas. One recipe. Boom, go.
Roast
Rocky Road
beef and
fudge.
Yorkshire pudding.
Fudge.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
That's it. Rocky Road fudge.
Mary Alice,
Roast beef and Yorkshire pudding every Christmas.
Oh, yum.
Kristen,
And my mom's Christmas fudge.
Okay.
Matt, jinx.
Mine has to be Christmas ham. My mother-in-law would put it on Christmas Eve before we went to midnight mass, and we would come home, and the whole house would smell like ham. And that says Christmas Eve to me. So, ladies, I'm afraid our Christmas party is coming to the end.
Wait, don't we have some Christmas photos to show, or did we not do that?
I can't remember.
Do you have any, Sean? Oh, I think this is funny. We've got to share what we have.
Nope. We didn't send it to him.
Nope.
We will post
Okay.
it on the Facebook
Yeah,
page.
we've got some
Okay.
old Christmas photos we want to share with all of you.
And
all.
I didn't have one, so I'll put one on the Facebook page.
We just have
That'll do.
Kathy, Mary Kay.
You all, let's turn.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas.
Holidays.
Oh, happy holidays. Ooh.
To the
Light
Fab
and peace.
Five and all our friends and fiction members.
Yes. Merry
We
Christmas.
appreciate and love you
Merry
guys. Love you
Christmas.
guys.
Happy holidays.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.